Man, ain't she a beaut, that Ranger. Gonna get in, go to some of the farms. Please start, please start, please start. Just kidding, that thing never has any trouble starting. That's a great machine there. Okay, so what we're doing today, after we were told that we had a couple blinds laid over, I went to 5 different farms yesterday and looked and made sure we're all good. We're in all clear on those 5 farms. So I've got 4 more here to check. And I just want to make sure that the airplane wire's tight, that they are still standing up after that big wind we had. Just kind of doing a check on, you know, what we've got and make sure everything's fine. We're also going to do a little maintenance.
First blind, all good, no trouble.
Line 2, she's fine.
Open her up.
We just put a thing of mouse poison in there. You don't want them getting in my nice office chairs. These are expensive.
This might get sketchy. Let's do it.
Oh, let's see where it looks. Come on, Danger Ranger. I'm telling you, man, this thing's a monster. Polaris Ranger 500. And no, they're not sponsoring me. I wish, but they're not.
Looking at you, Polaris, I've got 325 followers. Sponsorship would be nice. I saw something I wanted to tell you all about. Right there, all of that is buck bedding. Right on the edge of this ag field. I found that this summer, and it's amazing where these whitetails will bed. Because right there is a big creek behind that. And you're not getting up that creek. It's 20-25 feet straight up. So he is bulletproof from the back. He knows no predators are getting to him from the back. You can see it kind of goes up on a hill right there. He's sit right there and he can see this entire field out in front of him. He had the predominant wind blowing like this. He's bulletproof, okay? And I found that bed by smell, honestly. I was out scouting and I smelt the bed before I went in there and started scouting, and I found it, okay? And there was 4 or 5 different buck beds in there, buck turds everywhere. But when you watch a lot of these shows and they tell you find the buck bed and get between that and his preferred food, what are you gonna do right here? He's 10 foot to his preferred food. This was soybeans last year. So it's not as always as easy as the way they make it sound on TV. Some places are like this, that his bedding is right at his food, and a lot of people will tell you, no, they won't bed that close to their food. They're going to go on back. No, they don't. They were bedded right there. They were literally bedded right there. I put a camera up, got pictures of them. So, but you can't hunt that deer right there, guys. There's no way to get between that buck's bed and his food. So I just driving by that, checking these blinds, and I just wanted to show you all that real quick.
That's Western Kentucky, guys.
Isn't that beautiful?
Blind bedding over there. Well, we run into a small problem. I was about 3 miles from home when that happened. And I limped her back up here. She's a little warm, so hopefully didn't ruin the tire, but we're gonna see if we can get her aired up. And there's clearly, I must have run over something. Got a pretty good hole, good size hole. All right, in it. I found it. You hear that? You can see that or not? Hopefully you can. Pretty good size hole. I'm gonna try to plug it. It's a big old hole. I'm not hopeful this is gonna work. That's a big old hole. So we appear to get the tire fixed. I'm not especially confident in that, so I'm going to air up this air pig just in case we need it, and I'm going to put it in the back of the Ranger to go to the next farm. We checked 9 blinds so far and haven't had any trouble. Makes me wonder if there was a little supercell or tornado that was on that one farm that had both blinds down. So I wanted to take y'all there. The landowner said it was probably a little wet. It's down in the bottoms. So we're going to wait, and maybe I can do that on the next episode and show y'all how we get those 1,000-pound blinds turned back up. A bit of neat history for you. You see all that metal right there, okay? This was, we raised tobacco for many years, dark fired tobacco. And you build fires inside barns with it. And this was, I think I was 19 or 20 years old. This barn caught on fire while we were curing the tobacco in it. This was the first barn that I ever lost. Obviously the barn was a total loss. The barn was probably built in the early 1900s. But coincidentally, now all of a sudden, look at this deer trail. Isn't that, look at all these rubs. Do you see all these? Look at all these. I don't know if y'all can see all them out in there or not. I don't raise tobacco anymore, but I used to. In my second to last year, I lost one of my big new barns, and it was during the daytime. My wife actually got some pictures. I'll post a picture of it. It really sucks. You lose your whole crop, you lose your barn, but it's a sight to see if you've never seen it. So I'll post a picture of it, and just kind of, it is what it is. It's part of farming in this area. This area of West Kentucky produces all the dark fired tobacco basically in the world, in these 3 or 4 counties that are in the United States rather. So pretty neat little crop that we have here that nobody else really has around. All right, guys, unfortunately I did find one down. I'm going to take it up. It's quite a bit of damage. It's probably no count anymore. This was an older blind that's not in use anymore. You can see how I built that underneath there. I mean, look at the dang strap that's in the ground that it pulled up out of that ground. Y'all see that? That's a monster. Man, that is not a little bitty strap by any stretch of the imagination. That is huge. That's a 4-footer. These vinyl blinds, I found this to be more of an issue than with my oak blinds. They're lighter. I don't know if that's what it is, or they're the same height. Everything's the same about them, but the vinyl blinds turn over more than my blinds that I build out of oak for whatever reason. Like I said, we're not using this one anymore. We switched. Move this. Let's see if you can see it. Maybe right there. Right there. We switched to that blind this year. We hunted this one for maybe 2 years, and we weren't having the success that I thought we needed to have. We switched up, as I recommend you doing. If you're not killing the deer that you want to kill, you need to be moving things around, switching things up. And it's real easy for me to say, well, that blind's already in its place, I'm not going to worry about it. We switched. We moved right there, literally 175 yards, and we killed a hammer right in them woods right there, 75 yards from that blind. I'll post a picture of him. Super good 9-point, heavy mass, just a real good old buck, heavy on his weight. And but do that. If you're struggling where you're at, don't be scared to get out and move around some. So for me, it was something that I like this spot better for multiple reasons, but it wasn't happening. It just absolutely wasn't happening. We gave it a couple years, and success was just not good. And we moved up there, and then all of a sudden, bam, we're where we need to be now. So don't be scared to move around, to adjust, and to get your blinds and get your stands set up where you want them to be. But yeah, I don't think that blind's gonna make it. She gone.